And welcome everyone to the Halo Rec League tonight. Apologies for the delay. We did get everything started. We do have our first match of the night. We're gonna have We Get Wiped in the blue versus Lottery in the red tonight. These are our two undefeated teams in the Contender Premade division right now. So these are our top two teams looking to post that 3-0 record through the first round robin for that division. I'm Shio. I'm joined by Frazilla tonight. How you doing?
Hello, Shio. It's a pleasure being here once again. Now fully healed, so now I can actually commentate to my heart's content. So yeah, like you mentioned, these guys are undefeated. They're really on a clean record, 2-0 so far, both of these teams. So tonight we'll see who's able to be able to maintain that massive lead, and of course, being proclaimed the champion and undefeated so far.
Absolutely. I mean, off to the rip right now. It's going to be We Get Wiped with a 20 approximately point lead right now. The ball will be in the hands of Lottery. They're going to put it over towards this back B area. And it's kind of interesting, like, especially on live fire, to kind of see where teams prefer to run these balls. As he's, okay, that's the aggressive play. I guess he's not even going to go for the ball drop off. He just goes for the swing instead. And it looks like Lottery will still be in possession here for a little while longer.
Yeah, for now it seems that they have the possession of the ball. They are trying to play all the way back there near that pool. So you know that's a quick ball reset in case you get overwhelmed. But for now, it seems that Larry is just taking things calmly. I think they are already on the lead so far. So we're just going to see if the other team is able to just straight up go for the quick aggression, and just like that. And what a nice reaction of this player to just straight up demolish the opposing team. And of course they're just trying to make as much damage with that really strong triple kill. These players are actually giving a really nice teaching ground for how to get kills.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is our lowest division, but that doesn't mean the players are really any slouches at all. I mean, this is going to be the two undefeated teams we have. They put in a fair amount of work, and it's kind of showing right now, as it is basically a dead even game. The slay's pretty even across the board. I mean, we did have that triple kill coming out of upper echelon there for a moment. You are going to see a lot of the shots are just going to be going down, and the ball has been rotated towards his back tower. I mean, this will be your first time casting with me, so it'll be the first time you hear me start complaining about the oddball rotations and stuff, especially on live fire, because I hate the garage. I don't like the garage. I know teams really do want to go back there and take the ball back there, but it's literally just a revolving door of teams, because you kill them, they spawn outside on B, they come in through the side door, you fight again, and if you kill them, they respawn again on the side door, and they come in again until you die, and then you respawn on the B side door, and we repeat the process, and it drives me insane. So I prefer the tower.
Strategy. I mean, it's strategy at the end of the day. So, if any, these players are just trying to, try to go for the rotation or even do something that might do a difference. Right here, the sniper might be able to do some damage, but for now, nothing's gonna happen. Gonna drop down, get the ball reset, and of course it's gonna get the kill. But of course that ball is going to reset. I think we have overshielding in a couple of seconds, so that's a really important util to use. I really like the use of overshield in this map. I hate it in this game type, so but it is what it is, I guess. You gotta use what the game gives you. So
well, I mean, you only have to see it in one of the three oddball maps, which is kind of nice, right? Because you don't have any power up on streets, and then you got camo and recharge, so yeah, it's perfectly alright. And actually the overshield, I want to say We Get Wiped has had all three so far this game. They've basically been in possession of every single overshield and the sniper as well over the course of this game, and they're still losing. The power-ups are just, I mean, it's not enough, it seems, right now.
I think it's not how if you're able to maintain them, it's how you use them. So if you don't use them efficiently, well, of course you're gonna get punished, and you're gonna be seeing this type of disadvantage situation. But one will have the sniper. The ball is a drop for a little bit. Tries to go for the snipe, tries to go for it again. Unfortunately for him, won't connect any single shot. But still, really close game so far. Both of these teams are really wanting to maintain that leadership. and of course maintain themselves with a clean record so far.
Yep, no, absolutely. You're gonna see Casey Pat. I mean, look at the side, the slaying on the side of Lottery has just absolutely taken off right now, as they're going to come pretty close here to closing this one out. Casey Pat 16-4, Bun Bun 7, 12-4. The slaying definitely going their way, and that is gonna secure their first round. They don't need no power-ups apparently, and they're gonna take that one. I mean, well, Casey Pat putting up a 4.0 KDA in the first round of the oddball, and those are some numbers. Those are definitely some numbers. Plus 57 seconds of ball time. Leads his team in that as well. K-Spat's kind of doing everything right now.
Absolutely, he's doing everything he can to so his team can progress further here. But of course, there's still stuff to be made. As Lordy will go on ahead just by a round, but that doesn't mean we get wiped is out of the equation just yet. The overshield is going to be up in the map, and of course that means both of these teams will be able to, or maybe able to just get up close and personal. We see Noe right here grabbing it, but leaving the sniper behind. I don't know if one of his teammates grabbed it, but that's a huge disadvantage. Even if it just a little bit of just 2 bullets, if it has them a little bit. A bullet is a bullet, so, and even if it's from the sniper, it's at least a guaranteed shot where the shields will go down. But for now, they're just trying to rotate. The ball, of course, is on hands of We Get Wiped, but the team wants to go in and wants to make a lot of damage as he just tries to go and gets the double, really nice double to seal things up, and of course give his team a little bit more time on the ball.
Yeah, Mayo playing his life incredibly there. Gets both of the kills, is still alive here to support his team. So they are holding this garage right now. As much as I dislike it, they're going to trade 1 for 1 there. And is going to be Chu going down as well. Bun Bun will pick up another though. That's going to be the players from Lottery inside of the A point. You're going to see King Derv trying to get this ball rotated out. He's going to have to leave it behind. Will get taken down. And this will be 3 dead for the side of We Get Wiped. So that does mean Lottery should get possession of this ball. They're finally going to get some points. I mean, We Get Wiped picked up 54 points before Lottery was able to touch the ball. So now it's going to be a matter of, can Lottery hang on now for the remaining time right now and see how far they're going to get before they end up getting broken again.
Absolutely, it's going to be a bit difficult for both of these teams. If they are able to break that formation that they're making, well, then it's going to be quite the easy approach. But for now, we're just seeing that they are just wiping out the enemy completely here. We get wiped, making sure they are 100% trustful to their name, as they get wiped almost completely right there in that interaction. A bit of a problem there, as they need to get the ball. Lordy needs to get the ball if they want to win this first game. But so far, it seems that they are having really nice control, at least at this point of the match.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, this is going to be Bun Bun 7 trying to rotate, trying to push out here towards the overshield side. Will end up moving towards mid, trying to join up with his teammates. You got 2 players actually out here out front dealing with Learnerator, but then they won't have to deal with the players inside. That's going to be 2 going down. It's going to be all on Casey Pad, who was the ball carrier. He's going to be completely one-shot, trying to soar out here out the back with the ball. He's not going to be able to do so. That's going to be all 4 players from the side of Lottery basically getting dropped for, I think it was 1? So a 4 for 1 trade, and that means ball will be back in the hands of the side of We Get Wiped for the time being. And you can see upper echelon is just trying to be a nuisance of himself out here.
It was just a constant barrage of grenades, and of course We Get Wiped still has the control of the ball. He's not letting it go whatsoever. We've seen that there's like almost an absolute control. But here we might be able to see a break in formation. One of them will go down, and of course almost all of them are wiped. That nade did a lot of damage to himself rather than to the enemy. A little bit wanted to go for the trade, but that wasn't enough. Of course, now it's the time for Lordy to get something. We get the overshield, we might be able to pop it. There's the overshield, and of course now it's time for the defense from Lordy's side, as we are approaching a really critical point of the match. A kind of a point of no return. Both of these teams are like hanging on to dear life. We see a little bit of a trade, a little bit of a dance. Ooh, he was trying to get it, but unfortunately for that player, that won't be enough. That won't be good, and he will fall down.
Yep, and this is going to be Bun Bun 7's going to be the last one up from his team. They basically just got pincered in. I think it was a split spawn coming in from the side of We Get Wiped, and they came from both sides, and Lottery was just not ready for it as they absolutely collapsed. But Chu is going to be here, picking up 2 before he goes down. This is going to be next. It's going to be Casey Pad trying to give chase. He's going to find one on towards King Derp. Look for the second. The ball is not being picked up for the time being, and they're going to knock Upper Echelon off the map as well. Down he will go. Learner Raiders trying to come in. Going to have to trade out with Casey Pad, but that does mean it's going to be ball time here. For the side of Lottery, We Get Wiped only needs 11 more seconds here, but now Lottery's going to have a good setup up towards this back tower. So we're going to see how long they can hold on, but now, I mean, the urgency is going to be in We Get Wiped, and on the side of We Get Wiped, you're going to have to go. You will lose the map after this if you end up losing this round, so you really need those 11 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you mentioned, they only need like 11 points, and they're trying to go and break that formation that they have back on the tower. But unfortunately for them, that won't be enough. They have like a really solid setup so far, and it's showing as we're approaching the last seconds of the match. They made a really, really great comeback, and of course, it showed. And at the end of the day, well, they did it. They managed to pull and being a threat here, winning completely tough in this map. So hashtag esports ready, as they may say.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we've heard plenty of complaints about this map for sure. And, I mean, there was that glitch as well where if you fell off the map at a certain spot that it was like an infinite death. You just respawn accidentally, like over open air, and it would happen over and over again. As Mayo Bro is able to pick up one with that overshield, he's not able to finish off the second on towards Casey Pet. You're going to have the sniper in the hands of Mil Kiko. There's probably another sniper on the other side of the map. And it looks like we're going to be slowing down a little bit here. Oh yeah, there's turrets. I forgot about that. There's also fusion coils, and I remember those.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in this map that just wasn't like in the original. It was like a normal turret, and in this remake they placed like the new type of turrets, like the one that the Banish used. So it's a little bit of a difficult situation, especially because those have like a really slow rate of fire. So just the sniper here might be able to cause a lot of damage, but the game is thrown into a crawl, as Lottery, of course, has a little bit of an advantage here, trying to go with those snipes. Of course, they might be able to do a lot of more damage, but both of these teams have each one of them like a sniper, so they might be able to do something here. Oh no, both Lottery is the one that has both snipers, so I think they're playing really, yeah, Wicked Wife is playing really intelligent here by making sure the game goes to a crawl, but a couple of teammates are getting pop and surprise here and there, so while they might be trying to push for a slow game, they are actually getting punished by it because they're trying to go for the kills. They know they're at a disadvantage, so even if they push the game to a crawl, they need to go out and go and try to get those kills.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the snipers are going to be up. I mean, we're going to see if the hands can get out. Oh, Mayo's just going to put 2 straight shots right to the dome. Down goes the Lottery player. I mean, this is... I was expecting a little faster pace, and I don't think I realized the way the map played out. Which makes me kind of wonder how CTF will work on this map. We haven't seen it in HRL play yet, I don't think. I think it's not slated to come in until next week, as I don't know what blew up there, but it was big. Whatever that was very big. As this is going to be a nice flank here from Mayu. He's behind everybody from the side of Lottery. And it's just kind of, I mean, it's just very slow, very kind of pick heavy here, it looks like. And no one's kind of grouping up and going crazy like you kind of expect on the smaller maps. I mean, this is a decently large map, actually.
Yeah, it's a really decent, like you mentioned, it's a really decently sized map. But of course, a lot of things can happen, like that was like a self-destruct kind of kill of that, rather, with the rockets. Of course, we're gonna have a small reload, but there still have some ammunition left in the chamber. These rockets are doing a lot of damage, and so The sniper, you see, getting surprised, getting jumped. His teammate with the assist right there on the back. But seems that we get wiped is kind of the advantage right here. They might be evenly matched. It's a little bit blurry on my side, but I'm trying to make a bit of an image of what's happening. We see the
I
rockets.
can tell you, upper echelon here does have the rockets. Sorry, hopefully that fixes itself, because it's not been fantastic. But yeah, Bun Bun is going to pick up a kill there. It's going to be 14 to 17 right now for the side of We Get Wiped. So early on, they are going to have this lead here as well. Bun Bun's going to be dropping down on 2 players. He's going to find 1. The other's going to get the OS and get away as, well, I think King Derp didn't even, like, he didn't even turn around. He heard the sniper behind him and just said, that is not my problem. And upper echelon comes in with the rockets and just absolutely smokes the guy. So, I mean, there's some good teammate trust there, I guess you could say. As upper echelon is going to put 5 in a row. The killing spree is on. King Derp with the OS. And, I mean, it's really just all about the power weapons and who has these rockets right now. And, I mean, the 4 were expended. Upper echelon is out of rockets finally. But overall, I mean, this is, I'm beginning to wonder if this is going to come down to time, honestly, at the rate that we're going here. We have 7 minutes to go, and no team is at 25 yet here. It's going to be 23 to 16, though. This is We Get Wiped out to a pretty large lead for, I guess, the way this game has been going.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility that these guys might be heading for a timeout. Like you mentioned, it's just almost halfway, a little bit more of a halfway for We Get Wiped. But anything can change. Just a little bit more of time, and maybe these guys will get accustomed to the map here, or maybe not. Maybe they just throw everything away and just make it to a timeout. Who knows? Nice kill right there. Of course, that will be a huge try to go for a snipe, but both of them fail. Now, of course, it's now time to go on the hunt, trying to see if I can find someone. There's the trade there, but of course that melee wasn't supportive enough. Bit of a dance here left and right, and it seems that We Get Wiped is getting some momentum here as they are 28 to 21 so far. They're not letting Lottery just do damage. They're just playing at their own pace, and it's showing. They're just Lottery is really struggling to keep up with how We Get Wiped is playing. So they are marking their own pace for the game so far.
You're going to see, I mean, upper echelon is going to pick up another 2, and the rockets as well. There's 3 rockets in the chamber for him. That's basically 3 kills the way he's been playing. Casey Pat is going to get that OS, so he will be able to tank at least 1 rocket hit here. But honestly, the way We Get Wiped is playing, they're just playing around these rockets. You're just working your way with upper echelon, trying to trade out with your teammates. And I mean, upper echelon doesn't even need the rockets. You can see he's going to get that BR shot off. Generator is going to chime in with the assault rifle as well before going down. Mayo Bro just providing support from the back, and overall I really like how We Get Wiped is playing this, to be honest. And they are, I mean, it's currently an 8-point lead, and they're not really giving Lottery the chances to kind of take it back. They're capable of trading out every time that they go down, and it's just working out really well for them. Upper echelon has 3 with the rocket. Looking to make it a 4th. He is going to go down, unfortunately, so he doesn't finish it off with the overkill, but finds the triple with that, and just like that, it's a 10-point lead.
That was an amazing kill with those rockets, doing really huge damage on the opposing team. Of course, everything can happen, but this map is just helping just slow gameplay overall. These teams are really just trying to maintain themselves in the corners, not trying to overextend themselves so they don't get punished. And of course, just trying to go for secure kills that can be secured. Missing that charged plasma shot barely, but of course will get taken down. Not looking really sharp for these teams, as Lordy is struggling quite a bit. They might be able to get to even ground, but yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to achieve that.
Yeah, I mean it's now 41 to 32. If you're the side of Lottery, you are behind by quite a bit here. As they're gonna pop that OS, it's gonna be a whole whack of melees. They're gonna double team the poor guy. Bun 7 is just caught between a rock and a hard point, so he just got beat up on every single angle essentially, and he goes down even with that OS. And that's kind of just been the story of this game, you want to say, for Lottery. They're just being caught on all sides basically and just beat up multiple ways because the side of We Get Wiped is just everywhere like everywhere they look. They're just everywhere. All the power weapons are coming through for them. And yeah, they're just getting the kills. They're maintaining the control they need. And Lottery has not found the space to come back. It's a 10-point lead. Make it 9 here as CaseyPad picks up Learnerator. But, I mean, with 3 minutes to go, I don't see Lottery mounting a comeback here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty difficult, but of course, they being Wicked Vibe have been utilizing those snipers and overshields really well. It's been a constant struggle for the team of Lottery to just straight up do something. Tries to go for the no-scope and gets punished, of course. That could have been a really quick weapon switch for a kill, but once you're in the lead, I think, and this big of a lead, I think you can have some room for just goof around for a bit since you have the advantage. Maybe try and get some clips here and there, but of course, not doing like continuous because you might get comeback. Anything can happen. That was a really nice grenade show right there.
It's 42 to 47. Hey, the point total just kind of halved here. This might get really close going into the late stages of this game.
Yeah, like it's just really low. These guys have been really taking their sweet time. There's just 2 minutes on the clock left, and I think it's 44 to 47. So 45 to 47, yeah. So I honestly, if Lottery puts a really great show here, or maybe tries to go for some cheeky kills, they might be able to come back from this. It's just a double kill that they need from Wicked Wipe, an overkill that they need for. Oh my God, this might be it. If both of those hits connect, that would have made a really close game. Yeah, tied, really tight. But for now, a really nice way to go run around and just wait until something happens, because it's now a really close game.
I mean, this is 48 to 46. You can see We Get Wipes a little scared now. They don't want to give anything away. And here comes the charge, actually, from the side of Lottery. They're going to come charging forward. They're going to take down 2. It's 1 more kill for the side of We Get Wiped. And that is going to be it. Upper Echelon will close it out. 19 and 10 in the Slayer. And, oh man, where it's going to take us. But for now, it's going to be King of the Hill. We're back. We're not skipping the 3rd hill anymore. And off to recharge we go.
I mean, yeah, it's now King of the Hill, so we have that active camo on play, a little bit of a sword, but I think no one uses the sword really, it's just there for shows. But that active camo is trying to go and do some damage. It's a little bit of a 1v1, it's going to be a little bit of an assist, and of course Lord is going to approach and try to get the control of the hill just in these first seconds of the match.
I mean, CaseyPad opens up with 4 before basically anyone even dies. They got 1 kill on the side of We Get Wiped, and a good amount of time here as Chu is just kind of sitting there with that time. It's going to be Bun7 from up top with that shock rifle in hand, so that's your main power weapon. He's getting ready for the nade push to come through. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't look like anyone's coming from that direction as the whole side of We Get Wiped has just swarmed the hill, and they're in picking up kills. That's going to be 1, though, in the favor of Milkiko. He will drop to Learnerator, though. And that's going to be 2 dead here, so this will be Lottery kind of pushed off the point, and this should be this should allow We Get Wiped to get a little bit of time here now.
Yeah, watch out, that shock rifle might be a little bit dangerous there. Trying to go for the snipe, of course, gonna get surprised there. But right now the hill is on the control of We Get Wiped as they're trying to maintain it. Of course, Lottery is already on the case, trying to get a hold of the hill. That's I'm gonna be honest, that's an awful position for the first hill to be at. I really hate that spot. Like, it's open for everywhere, and everywhere can just anywhere, and whoever can just straight up shoot you from any angle. So it's really complicated situation to be there trying to maintain the hill.
And you chuck your 2 nades at the hill, and no matter where you spawn, those grenades are gonna land on that hill, unless you spawn in like the pipes, and even so, it's not that far to travel before you can toss a nade at it. I mean, it's it's definitely up there for my most hated hills, honestly. I mean, the camo being literally in the middle of the hill also does not help. And team players have a lot of practice getting to that area early because you want to get to that camo at all the times. But you also have, I mean, the hill in the pipes, in the blue pipes section to the left is upper echelon is going to chime in with a nice two-piece, 2 headshots. And that is going to be the point actually closed out for We Get Wiped. So despite falling behind super early there, they are able to just slowly grind it back, and they're going to secure that second hill. So they, or sorry, the first hill, excuse me. So we're going to head over to P2 here, and it does look like it's going to be Lottery there off the rip, getting that early time. But that's what happened last time. So, I mean, we saw how that one turned out. We'll see if We Get Wiped is going to turn this around once again.
Yeah, I mean, We Get Wiped, rather, Lottery has the complete potential to just come back from any situation. We saw it on the last map. But, of course, right now, the hill control is going to be for We Get Wiped. That's going to try to, that was a nice nade right there to defend the hill. Really nice capture that they're doing at the moment. Really nice kills. Couple of kills there with the nade, and of course Lottery is going back on that hill. That gets a nice kill right there and tries to go for the double, but of course that shield is not gonna be strong enough to withstand 2 gunfights at the same time. A couple of trades there, as we see they're trying to defend completely the hill, and I really want to see if they're able, as they're able to capture this hill, as they're just moments away from capturing it without any problem at all.
Yep, I mean, there's gonna go. It's gonna be Lottery picking up that hill. We're gonna head over towards P3. You know, that hill that we haven't seen in a while because you haven't been able to play it. As it's gonna pop. You're gonna have, it's gonna be We Get Wiped in here early. As you can see, the pinch is gonna be coming in. Here comes Hasty Pat through one door. Gonna get absolutely destroyed by that nade as he slides right on top of it before going down. Milkiko's gonna pick up one though, and upper echelon is gonna have to come in and kind of save his team. Gonna get one player down really low, trying to buy enough time for his teammates to come through, but he will get caught from behind. Mayo Bro's gonna pick up one, gets immediately traded out on the hill. So Lottery Warriors, where's that coming from? Lottery is going to secure the hill for the time being. As well, here we go again. Runner is going to come charging through. He finds one. Chu's going to be there to trade him out. And again, We Get Wiped is going to be forced pretty far back from the hill here.
Yeah, it's a really nice capture that they're making. They're covering really nice those angles, and of course trying to camp those possible spawns. They're trying to get inside this side, currently contested, but of course now it's the time for We Get Wiped to start making and racking up some time on the hill, because I think it's going to be really tough on this hill, especially since, well, we see the big advantage. That was a great nade right there from Ekelor. And there's the second capture of Lottery as they're recovering from last game, and they're making really nice advances through We Get Wiped's formation. They're not letting anything slip by, and it's showing. Like, they're trying to get as much kills as possible and trying to maintain themselves on the hill for as long as they can possibly allow them, because it's a constant barrage of grenades and shots, but they still are able to maintain themselves on the hill.
Yep, and now it's time for my least favorite point on this map. Is the pipes one, where you throw a grenade, and if you're inside that hill, you're dead, because there's nowhere for you to go, because the grenade is going to bounce everywhere. I mean, every map has this, right? I mean, you got the middle one on streets. That one is a disaster. The live fire one is arguably as bad as the recharge one, because it's literally just a giant grenade channel. And it's like, I know you got to put hills somewhere, but like, these are rough as a player, especially as an objective player. Like, I prefer to sit on the objective when I can, and then it just rains nades. And there is nothing you can do about it because everyone has nades. As K-Spat's gonna, I mean, I'm assuming he lagged there or something, because he was just kind of staring at the floor for a second. Does end up going down. But this hill has mostly been so far in the favor of We Get Wiped. But that is going to be Milkiko with a nice repulsor there. Mind the gap on towards Mayo, and is going to turn his attention on towards Learnerator as well. But We Get Wiped inside the hill, and right as I say that, he's dead. No longer in the hill. And Lottery is looking to try to close this one out, get to 3-1 here if they can finish off on this hill. But the problem is that You got the side of We Get Wiped closing on all sides. He's gonna mine the gap again onto King Derp, finishes off Mayo. I mean, Milkiko's like just the hill MVP at this point. He's doing everything right now on this hill.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than possible and more obvious that this might be a capture for the team. They're just now one capture away from winning this third map. Really putting themselves out there. And of course, Kiko's just doing some amazing MVP work here on the hill, like you mentioned. Of course, this means that he needs to get on the hill to start racking up some damage on the wicked wipe side. Couple of try to go for the trade there won't be enough. Ekelin is just trying to run along, get back some nades, and of course try to go for the side back here at Whirlpool. Of course, it's a really complicated site because everyone can just spawn and throw again all the grenades, but it takes a little bit more of a skill to actually throw them into sight on this side rather than on the other type of kill. So we really nice to see what they're able to do. Just like that, what a way to rack up some kills. Wow, that was an amazing.
I haven't seen that in so long. I forgot you could do that, honestly. I completely forgot about that. I didn't actually know it worked on King. I thought it was only strongholds. But I learned something today. It works. And honestly, considering the way that the game is and how close like the last hill was and the current hill is, if you look at the slaying power, I'm impressed that We Get Wiped is this close. They are getting demolished right now in the slaying department, as Lottery's just kind of going straight through them, which is kind of insane when you realize that We Get Wiped won the Slayer. But right now, it's a little bit, I mean, it's just unfortunate for them. They're, I think, just getting caught out in a little too many situations here on their way to the hill. And, I mean, Lottery does look like they should be able to close this one out, as they are going to finish up. I mean, Milkiko, 21 and 8. He's been going insane. Case Patch is picking off every player on the way to the hill. And that is going to be it. That's going to be 4-1. Lottery is going to take that victory once again.
Yeah, it seems something happened in the pit that really pissed, or maybe changed something inside. You know, like Toy Story, that something changed inside of Lotso. Well, there's something changed inside of Lottery, and now they're just completely out of their way to just get as many kills as possible. But granted, right now we're on the streets. We have strongholds, and of course that means that the rockets are going to be a huge part of this. Now they have the rockets, they might be able to do some magic here. Gets a nice double. Oh my god, what an amazing double to start off the match. And of course the double cap is going to be for the team of Lottery.
Yep, and you're going to see they're going to be pretty patient about this too. They're not going to really push this one too hard. They're not going to overextend and kind of like get greedy for that triple cap here. They're perfectly okay with this BC hold, which is not normally the preferred one. You normally see teams go for the AC. You want to have that hold and force them to spawn out in bottom train here. But it's going to be working out for them so far, as they're going to turn around. Shu's going to pick up 2. He's going to continue. He's 5-0. Has not died so far on this map. And they're going to continue to just hold here. And We Get Wiped is going to have to look for some answers here, as they're going to have to find a way around. I mean, if you're We Get Wiped, you want to circle around towards Shotgun Street, exactly what Mayo's doing right now. And you want to head your way over there towards C and try to pick that one up. But you do see they're going to hop on towards B. They're on towards C as well, so this is going to split Lottery's attention here considerably. They're going to find, well, they're going to finally trade out Mayo Bro there, but Mayo Bro did his job. He got on towards C, he forced the players to kind of turn around, and that gave his team the opportunity to get on towards B. So, I mean, that was a great play out of them, and honestly, it's really nice team communication from the side of We Get Wiped to coordinate that the way they did.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially here is going to be coordinating something like that is, of course, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but once they settle down, once they get their strategies going on, well, it shows that there's not too much of a trouble for them to be able to make this. And of course it's showing now. They have that double cap. They're slowly but surely making points, and that's what they need. Watch with the rockets, as Milkiko is just trying to go for it completely unprovoked, just like that. Of course that B side, B and C, is going to be for the team of Lottery, as We Get Wiped will be left alone with A. The little advantage that they have managed to have is now getting wiped from everything, since Lottery already has and possess both the B and C. They are not trying to push for an A side capture yet, They wanted to just rack up points and, of course, make sure they're able to maintain themselves comfortably on that situation. What a nice bulldog shot for from Lernator to just go on and capture side. Oh, this is just beautiful. They're just switching left and right, and of course, it's just a 40 point advantage here for from a 40 point disadvantage from Wicked Wipe, but it's good. Surely, but they're closing in fast as they are trying to take B, and A is going to be captured by Lottery. So they now have to either move on B or in C, because we need that. B is going to be a main point of contention here. It's a really key point, especially in streets, since from B you can technically rotate from for all of both sides. You can either go for A or for C really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, really, We Get Wiped is playing this excellently. I mean, they're keeping up decently here in the Slays, but the way they're rotating around the map, they're forcing decisions for the side of Lottery, and they're forcing them to move away from B. They're breaking these setups apart on towards the site, and this is going really well for their favor. Lottery here is going to get, they are going to get a pick up B here, and they're going to have the rockets as well. The rocket efficiency from the side of Lottery has definitely fallen off. I will complain about this every time I see it. When you have the rocket, you have to get kills. I mean, it wasn't worst case scenario. You still fired off the rockets. You still used them up, which means the other team's not going to get them. But rockets are just the only power weapon on this map, really. You need to pick up those kills when given the opportunity. And I think Lottery's missed 3 of the 6 rockets now at this point that they've had. I mean, they've had the rockets every single time, but you only get kills with half those rockets, and that's just not good enough. I mean, I gotta cut guys some slack here, because really they don't play that much. But I'm still gonna say it. You gotta be efficient with those rockets. I mean, you play this well enough that you are picking up the rockets every single time. You gotta be able to get the kills with them. But I mean, here we go again. This is gonna be We Get Wiped on towards C. It does look like the players did get clean up, so they're gonna have to wait before they do another one of those pushes. But they're going to be on towards B here again. Mailbro is going to go down. That's 3 dead. And there's going to be a bit of a pause here for the side of We Get Wiped, which means Lottery is going to be able to extend that lead.
So far, it seems that Lottery has been able to maintain a little bit of an advantage here over We Get Wiped. We're seeing that on the scoreboard, right? They're able to maintain and keep B and C so nicely that We Get Wiped is having some difficulties breaching that defense that they set up. Granted, they already broke it, and they have B, and they're trying to go for a triple cap, but of course they're not gonna be able to do it, as A might be for Team Lottery, and of course A and C is now going to get captured, not letting them do any type of damage, or even well, they stop the bleeding. That is basically just We Get Wiped capturing some points. Now they're sitting comfortably with A and B, and of course they're still racking up points, they're still racking up damage. We Get Wiped, it needs to do something about it. Couple of nades there, but the shotgun's going to do a massive damage. They're capturing A, and of course A and C is now for the team of We Get Wiped, and those rockets, both of them, well, just one rocket is going to miss, the other one is going to get a hit, a confirmed hit. But like you mentioned, like Lottery has been having like 80% of the rockets, and from that they've been missing quite a lot of shots, so they need to utilize them more correctly if they want to really make this a game to just close it completely on their side.
Well, I mean, right now it's going to be A and C currently in favor of We Get Wiped, so you can see they are maintaining. I mean, they are picking up. They're only down 60 points, and they have crossed the 100-point mark here. It does look like, you know, Kiko's going to be inside of A, going to find one. He's going to get into an engagement there. King Derp will take him down, as we're going to have another boxing match here, but she's going to come out on top. That does mean A should go over to the side of We Get Wiped, as B will get pushed here. And did he just pick that up? Like, did he walk over it and get stuck? Is that his body from the roof?
Yeah.
Huh. All right, there's a few things here that I haven't seen in a bit. as that's kind of gruesome, honestly, to just have his body like hanging off the rafters like that. I think it's stuck on like a wire or something, but still. That was a little unfortunate kind of to look. As you can see, a couple players will come charging through. The shotgun will be there from Learnerator, trying to put more into a third player. Not able to do so, but they are going to hold off this push temporarily. The gap has been closed. It's now 30 points here as the nades come flying in on towards Casey Pat. Gonna eat one. Somehow barely takes damage to the second. Finally does go down. The Rockets in the hands of Chu once again for the third time this game. It's just every single time it seems to be in his hands. And again, I mean, we got wiped. Put so much stock into the Rockets in that map too, and they haven't been able to touch it basically in this map.
Yeah, I mean, we know that whole like really powerful Rockets can be and how much of a difference they can make. A couple of melee hits missed there. Of course, we get wiped yet again with just 2 men remaining. The points are looking great for Lottery as they have now breached the 200 points so far. If Kiko will get taken down.
You're going to look for the push. Well, I mean, this is it right here. I mean, maybe Learnerator does get that Sentinel beam up. That is going to be B-capped once again. So, I mean, We Get Wiped is keeping this close over the course of this entire game. They're doing a great job so far of just keeping it together and maintaining that team control despite being heavily outslayed. They're making it count in where they're moving on the map, and it's working out pretty great for them right now. As Casey Pat somehow stayed, I don't know how he stayed alive. They got both of those kills somehow with Casey Pat staying alive. Don't know how that happened.
Yeah, right now, A and B is going to be for the team of Lottery, as they're just trying to defend it. Nice shotgun shots, and the saves there from his teammate going to be more than enough. A side being captured. 2 of the teammates from We Get Wiped are on site. And of course now they're going to be trying to go and capture some points. Missed a couple of shots there. Really key shots missed. But now A and C is going to be for We Get Wiped, as we have now breached the 10-minute mark on this 4th game so far. They really missed a couple of shots.
Hey,
there
you've
with
got the Rockets for the first time. Hit someone. No.
I mean, he did hit him with the melee. I mean,
that's not what I meant. Well, I mean, it is going to be 223 to 180, but We Get Wiped is going to successfully get B and C once again, and they're picking up the kills. That's going to be a trade 1-for-1. But here.